Hey, this is Algorithm, otherwise known as Adam Jensen, playing Deus Ex Mankind Divided.
You lost, Columbus.
We're unlocking the Objection achievement by getting Mejia to confess to Wilberg's murder. When Adam meets up with Mejia in the B-block showers, it sets off a series of story cutscenes that are glossed over here to avoid spoilers. This first pocket secretary deals with events after the murder, so it can't be considered a clue.
So you let Stenger believe that you were with Junkyard. Why not break cover, now that Guerrero's life was on the line?
Stenger was into something dirty. There was no telling what he would do to protect himself. It was better I stayed under and got into solitary on my own.
But you still had to make your way through a prison riot to do that.
Having full use of my AUGs could have made things easier. So I had to decide. Get to the infirmary and talk to the fixer, or do things the hard way.
Riot protocols are in effect. All inmates must surrender to the nearest correctional officer, or deadly force will be used.
I shouldn't be down here by myself.
We exited the security room through the vent we used to enter the B-block cells. We'll exit through another vent into an unoccupied security room. There we can pick up some loot, including a duplicate of the access card we got from Flossie. We can also turn off some security devices. While we take care of business in this room, we'll quickly run through the gist of the achievement. The Objection achievement requires us to collect enough information about Wilberg's murder so that Adam can confront Mejia about inconsistencies. Mejia will then admit to the murder, unlocking the achievement. The information can be found in 2 pocket secretaries. In addition to these 2 required items, there are 3 other clues that fill in some blanks: Wilberg's corpse, an artificial heart, and the hacking device in the crime scene in the vicinity of the B-block showers. We picked up the hacking device on our way to meet Mejia before the riots, and will now find the 4 other clues, 2 required, 2 optional. If you don't have the hacking device, it is still available. Though optional to the achievement, it adds some story details and reinforces the impact of the information contained in the second pocket secretary we will pick up. The area near the B-block showers is still heavily patrolled, but, unlike earlier, there are no achievements to be avoided by setting off an alarm. I'm going to fast forward through a detour to get a pocket secretary from a guard tower. We'll return to the bottom of the stairway leading up to the facility's entrance. This pocket secretary can't really be considered a clue, but it suggests that there is something wrong to the access of the security hub. Although the pocket secretary can be obtained through stealth, for simplicity, we'll take out the lone guard with the stun weapon. Since this pocket secretary adds just a minor detail and is not required for the achievement, you may want to skip it and enter the facility directly. And now we're back at the bottom of the stairs where our optional little detour started. Though I don't use it myself, the 10mm pistol with EMP ammo can be used against cameras, turrets, and robots. Search this guy for a very valuable microtool. I don't do much scavenging. If you want, pick up these crafting parts. They can be used to make microtools.
Cool, man. Keep cool.
Search the drawer to the right of this computer to get one of the 5 clues related to the achievement. This is also one of the 2 primary clues. Read it and listen to the comments related to the change of schedule.
But Lazarus, I hear you say.
So Agent Guerrero had asked for a schedule change to his work detail. Something about that struck you as odd?
Could have been for his investigation. Or if Stenger was to be believed, maybe it was to get close to Wilbur. Either way, I knew once I reached him I needed some answers.
I'm calling bullshit.
Some EMP ammo for the pistol we picked up earlier. Again, I don't use it, but you might want to. Search this dead guard for a special access card. We'll need it to get into automated security, where we'll find the second pocket secretary required for the achievement.
Got this. Relax. Was there even anything in
To find this tricky passage, face the grill and back up while looking up.
I need another hit. Where's the fixer?
Here's where we need the restricted access card we got off the dead guard. It lets us take the elevator up to automated security.
Non-compliance to the orders of a correctional officer will be met with deadly force.
Toggle the EG switch to prevent hostiles from detecting you. Turn around and search the unlocked safe for a pocket secretary with the second required clue. Read it and listen to the comments about unauthorized access.
So Agent Guerrero had requested a schedule change that put him on the same work detail as Wilberg.
And now I'd found a log showing he had unauthorized access to automated security. Could have been nothing, but that's where the robots were programmed with official protocols. It left me with some obvious questions.
To get answers to Adam's obvious questions, we'll head to the morgue to inspect Wilberg's corpse for an optional clue.
Correctional officers are authorized to use lethal force to subdue all non-compliant inmates.
Wilberg's corpse is missing its heart, an optional clue that is added to Adam's database. Going through the door to the next room, we find Fixer. Make sure you refuse to take the pill Fixer offers. You don't need to ask about it, but if you do, you'll hear about some unnerving side effects. More importantly, Fixer knows a way to sneak into solitary confinement where Mejia is being held.
I don't think so. I didn't like the idea of saying yes before. I don't like it anymore now.
You're saying no? Again? That's twice. I respect your restraint, but how else am I supposed to help you? There must be something you need.
Right now, I need to get to solitary. We'll have to finish this later.
No, wait. Solitary? I can help with that. I know a way.
You know a way? What do you mean?
There's a way. A quiet way from the morgue. I think it used to be a tunnel for men who fix, like me.
Like a maintenance tunnel, you mean?
Yes, I suppose it is, but that's not... Did I say something wrong? I think I did.
You didn't say anything wrong, Worthmuller. It's fine.
If we talk to Fixer again, he'll suggest we speak to Teddy. Teddy is a toy near a computer where Adam can buy and sell stuff. Note the infirmary keycard Adam picks up and uses to get into the infirmary where he picks up some items to sell. We'll fast forward as Adam uses the cash from the stuff he sells to buy some stun gun ammo and crafting parts that he uses to make a micro tool. Going back to the infirmary, press the computer mode switch on the underside of the computer cart. Use a multi-tool to hack it and open up the door that can be used to get to the way into solitary that Victor told us about. Also, while we're at it, we turn off intruder tracking.
Maintaining cautious patrol mode.
The drones here can see you. Use the icon on the minimap and the shadow on the ground to tell when the overhead drone is headed away from you.
Local scan completed. Maintaining cautious patrol mode.
Another multi-tool is required here since we can't hack without augments. This is why we've been trying to get as many multi-tools as we can.
Orders given by correctional officers or automated security robots must be respected and followed.
This augmented heart is the final clue, albeit an optional one. For the clues to properly register for the achievement, they must not only be acquired, but also viewed in the database. If you have not been viewing them, open up the database and look at the clues, especially the 2 required pocket secretaries. We find Mejia, but he won't talk unless we can release him from solitary. To do that, we need to restore power to the emergency override system.
So Agent Guerrero was still alive in solitary when you found him. What happened next?
It turned out the security systems controlling the door's locking mechanisms were offline. I needed to reset them in the server room below solitary. Once that was done, I could use the console in the security office to unlock his door.
Picking up an irrelevant e-book out of force of habit, and then waiting for the cameras to turn away so we can sneak into the power room through a vent. It's actually not that difficult to stealthily enter through the regular door, though. Maybe I should have done that because I don't execute as smoothly as I'd intended.
Facility is now under lockdown. The riot response team is en route.
Note the button sequence after you activate the emergency override system. Upper left, lower right, lower left, and finally center. This pocket secretary makes us want to investigate Cell 6. It's not required for the achievement, but will uncover info concerning some of the shady goings-on. Since we restored power to the emergency override system, we can use it to turn off cameras and unlock doors.
Return to your cells immediately.
Checking out Cell 6 is suggested to us by the pocket secretary we just picked up.
Here, I'll hook you up.
The order of the conversation is not critical, but it makes sense that when you talk to Mejia, exhaust the dialogue choices about harvesting ops and Dark Opal first. Finally, ask about the murder. Adam won't put up with Mejia's BS and confronts him with his evidence. Mejia confesses readily, presumably because he feels that, as an agent, he can get away with anything. This unlocks the achievement. Let's watch.
Something isn't adding up about Wilberg's murder. You're saying you weren't involved at all?
What? What are you talking about? I told you. Stenger has it in for me. I wasn't even near Wilberg's cell that day. I was on shift cleaning that fucking shower like always. Besides, the sentry took him out. Do I look like a fucking robot to you?
Okay, enough with the bullshit. You keep selling me that we're both on the same side. How about you be straight with me for once?
Huh? What the hell are you saying, man?
I saw that you specifically changed your work schedule to being in Wilberg the night he was killed. You were also logged breaking into automated security. The same place someone would need to be if they wanted to, say, hack a sentry.
Okay. Okay, look, you're right.